Hello everybody. So if you're a Star Wars fan, or really just alive, you probably know about the big Darth Vader reveal at the end of Empire Strikes Back.
No, I am your father.
This is a moment that's highly regarded as the best movie twist reveal of all time. And it's a moment that pretty much everybody agrees not to spoil for anybody who hasn't seen it. However, the movie came out 40 years ago, and I kind of feel like it lost a lot of its surprise factor. I feel like it's so mainstream now that a lot of people know about the reveal even before seeing the movie, despite the efforts of fans not to spoil it. Therefore, I think it's finally time for there to be a new greatest movie twist reveal moment of all time. Something for this generation to agree not to spoil. And today, we're gonna figure out what it is. So let's start at the obvious place to start, staying inside of Star Wars with the new trilogy, the sequels. Now, there's plenty of good twist reveals and moments that are pretty good contenders here. You got Kylo Ren being Han Solo and Princess Leia's son, Kylo Ren killing Han Solo, Rey being able to use the Force, Kylo Ren killing Snoke, Palpatine being alive, Rey being a Palpatine. However, while most of these were very impactful and well executed, excluding two, which you could probably tell which ones they were, I feel like none of them really had the emotional, surprise, and overall don't spoil factor that we're looking for here. See, because I feel like that Star Wars isn't really the big thing right now, especially the sequels. They're not really the thing that everybody loves and joins together to enjoy. I think that title goes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The MCU is better executed, there's no real defining split in the fan base, whereas with Star Wars it seems like everybody's fighting over everything nowadays. And I think that people connected more with the MCU characters than those of the Star Wars sequel trilogy. I mean, the only two characters that people really connected with were Kylo Ren and Rey, which is why most of the examples I used had to do with them. So now that we figured out that the MCU is the right place to search for the new Darth Vader reveal, let's look at our candidates. And I think that I've narrowed it down to 3. Warning, I'm about to say spoilers for Avengers Endgame, so if you haven't watched Endgame and don't really want to spoil for you, maybe don't watch the rest of the video. So, the first candidate is Tony's snap and death at the end of Endgame. So, the big final battle has just finished. Thanos has all of the stones in the gauntlet. Tony Stark tries one more time to stop him. Thanos shakes him off, it goes to snap, and we see that Tony used his nanotech to get the stones off of Thanos' gauntlet. Then he snaps and Thanos and all of his troops turn to dust. But due to the power of the snap, Tony dies. Now, while this is a big moment that really shouldn't be spoiled for anyone, I don't think it's to the extent that I'm looking for. This is because that I think that a lot of people watching it for the first time kinda saw it coming. It was one of the most predicted things that would happen in Endgame. I mean, seriously, the prediction was that if it wasn't Tony who died, it would be Captain America. Speaking of Cap, that brings us to the second candidate. Cap catches Mjolnir. Thanos is about to kill Thor. We see Mjolnir rise. It flies in, hits Thanos, and flies back into Captain America's hand, revealing that he is worthy. By far, one of my favorite moments from Avengers Endgame. This is something that certainly shouldn't be spoiled for anybody, right? It must be the new Darth Vader reveal. Well, no. Because much like Tony's snap, people also predicted this a mile away. It was hinted in Age of Ultron that this exact moment would happen. And for 4 years, people had predicted this moment. That Cap would lift Mjolnir and show that he is worthy. And I feel like the new Darth Vader reveal should be something that nobody saw coming. I also feel like that unlike the previous two, which were wins for the good guys, it should be more of a dark moment, like a win for the bad guys. Let's see, a win for the bad guys that nobody saw coming. How about the ending of Avengers Infinity War? This is something that I'm actually hesitant about mentioning in specific events because I'm fearful of spoiling it for someone. And quite honestly, I already feel like I've said too much. So, this is your final warning. I'm about to say the ending of Avengers Infinity War. So, Thor throws his axe, Stormbreaker, into Thanos' chest. He flies down and taunts Thanos one last time. Then, Thanos says,
You should have gone for the head.
And snaps his fingers. And half of the life in the entire universe turns to dust, including Bucky, Black Panther, Falcon, Groot, Scarlet Witch, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man.
I don't feel so good.
Still brings tears to my eyes every single time, even after seeing Endgame. I think that this moment, the snap, is the new Darth Vader reveal. This is the moment that nobody wants to spoil for anybody who hasn't seen it. This is something that everybody needs to experience without having it spoiled for them previously, for the first time. I mean, I remember when Infinity War came out, and there was that meme that had a bunch of things that you wouldn't think were anything unless you saw Infinity War. That just shows how much people went out of their way not to spoil the movie for anyone. And also, much like the Darth Vader reveal, it's a very, oh bleep moment. It's like, holy cow, Darth Vader is Luke's father, I did not see that coming. Except instead, it's, holy cow, Thanos succeeded in killing half of the universe, I did not see that coming. I mean, I do not think that anybody saw the snap coming. Like, who expected Thanos, the villain, to win? Well, I guess fans of the comics probably thought that this might happen because that's exactly what happens in the comics, more or less. But even then, the MCU doesn't really follow the storylines they take from the comics exactly, so I feel like not a lot of people really thought this would happen. Also, when you see the Darth Vader reveal at the end of Empire Strikes Back, you immediately want to watch the Return of the Jedi to see what happens next. And that's the same for the snap at the end of Infinity War. When you see it, you immediately want to watch Avengers Endgame and see what happens next. I've also heard a lot of people say that they wish they could go back in time to see the "No, I am your father" scene again for the first time. And I think that I, along with others, feel the same way about the snap at the end of Infinity War. Like, if I was given the chance to watch one movie again for the first time, it would probably be a toss-up between The Empire Strikes Back and Avengers Infinity War. And probably Endgame, but for the purpose of the video, Avengers Infinity War or Empire Strikes Back. And that is why I think that the snap at the end of Infinity War is the new Darth Vader reveal. Comment your thoughts below. Do you think that the snap is the new Darth Vader reveal? Or is it something else? Or am I just completely insane and this isn't anything that anyone should be worrying about? It's probably that last one. But then again, who knows? Anyway, please remember to like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos, yada yada, you know what to do. With that said, that's a wrap.